let's have a look at the next feature that we've added into Pegasus Opera. Previous videos that you probably will have seen, we sort of focused quite a lot around the financials area and the supply chain management area, covering things like sales order processing, stock, and those sort of processing. One of the things that we have introduced is into the payroll area. We've introduced a function here called the batch import, payroll batch import. First behind this is to get away from where you would do the normal processing, i.e. so let's say for instance you've got a list of number of hours that an individual has worked. It could be a commission sheet that you've got, and you obviously need to transpose those figures into Opera. So the manual process of that one is obviously choosing the processing option, finding the employee, calling up the pay and deduction card, and then entering those figures accordingly. So what we've actually come up with is a little feature here called payroll batch import. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to load this. In this example I'm showing you here, I've got a weekly and I've also got monthly groups, and obviously you can have different groups. So you're going to select the group that you need. Obviously, if you've got any passwords about any of those groups, particularly maybe sort of the monthly one, then obviously it's going to ask you for the password. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to choose the weekly one. Let's just click OK, and then I'm presented with this screen titled Payroll Batch Input. So it's just confirming the group that I've got up there. So I'm going to choose my weekly, and I've also got a drop-down box here that contains all the department codes. What this will allow you to do, so if you've got particular employees within a department, so like for example in sales, then what that will do, that will just filter and present you with those employees that work within that department. What we've also done is actually include you with an option of all, so that will cover all departments, because I want to see all employees and I want to process for all employees. The next section you've got is okay, what is the pay item that it is that you actually want to update? So just for this example, I'm just going to choose basic. I'm going to show you things like commission as well, which is quite useful. So let's just go for basic, and you can now see that I'm now presented with all those employees who are within all departments, and the pay item that I want to update will be the basic pay. So if we just look at the examples we've actually got here, we've got permanent values against individuals. But if you just look over here, I do actually sort of pay some people based on hours. So if we look at Adam Sadler as an example, so what I can say is, well, actually he worked 10 hours at this particular rate at £17.41. Let's have a look at Deborah, and she worked an extra 5 at 15. Now, as soon as I've made any entry here, you can see obviously I've got a little tick that's appeared in the box here. So that's telling me that I've actually updated that record. So when I'm ready to post these, when I click OK, those are the ones that are selected that will then populate the pay and deduction card. Let's just choose Scott here, and I'm just going to put let's put a value in of 5. But also what I'm going to do is, because he's just had a one-off here, and you can see clearly I have no rate in there, and I'm actually paying him £13 an hour, so that's 5 hours at 13. So what this is going to do, this will then write the records back, populate the units, and then also in this example here, will populate the rate, because clearly I can't see a rate. So literally what I can do is I can work my way down this list and then just populate with the figures. So again, it takes you away from calling up the employee, calling the payment deduction card, and then entering that detail. So let's update these 3 records. So let's click OK. Successfully done. Let's go and have a look at our weekly again. So let's just have a quick look at Harry first, because he was the one that I updated. So let's have a look at the pay and deduction card, and you can clearly see now that the units has been updated with 10. Let's move along. Let's have a look at the next record that we've got. So we have Scott. Let's have a look at him. Pay and deductions card, and again you can see there 5 hours has been populated. Let's just go for the list. Let's have a look at Deborah. Again, just the pay and deduction card. And again, you can see I've got 5 hours that's actually been populated. And also, if you remember, I didn't actually have a rate. So I was able to put the rate in, and what it's done is actually come away and then updated those pay and deduction cards automatically for you. One of the good things about this is that I mentioned obviously about commissions. So that's where the beauty of sort of departments come in. That's if you are using department. So again, I've just selected the weekly there. Just confirm it's the weekly that I want to do. But this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to narrow that down to sales. And what I want to do is just update commission. So now I've got 3 employees who are within the sales department. So what I want to do is pay them a temporary value. So this might just be working from a commission sheet. That's 35 and £250 there. So what I was doing there was just doing the temporary value and just entering the figures and then just arrowing down to the next record. So obviously you can see here I've now updated that. So all I need to do is click OK. 3 records are going to be processed. So if I click OK onto that, successfully updated. Let's go and have a look at the record for James. So let's find James. And we've got James here. And then if we just look at the pay and deduction card, remember it's commission, and I've now got £120 commission for James, and obviously the same for all the other employees that I've actually got. So again, it's a quick routine of just updating these records, because obviously what you're seeing here is, and those who are familiar doing the payroll would have to find the employee and work the way forward, whereas what we've done is presented you with those employees, just making it easier and quicker just to